Good day everyone, and welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Benga Adetitun and I'm your host on this Benga Kindle YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking to you about something very important and something very vital that we need to take cognizance of. Today there are so many health issues in many lives, and these health issues can be resolved by not getting worried. So I'll be talking to you this day about some steps, the steps to break your worry habit. Steps to take to break your worry habit. Worry is like borrowing the problem of tomorrow and bringing it into today. Worrying is borrowing the problem of tomorrow and bringing it into today. I said somewhere that problems are the meat of champions. Champions love meat, and problems are their meat. They call them champion, champion, champion. Why? Because they overcome certain problems in their lives. Medical doctors are called champions because they went through the medical school. Not everybody that went to the medical school came out as a medical doctor. Some fell off on the way. Now, when the medical doctor becomes a medical doctor, is a champion because he has overcome the challenges of the medical school. At the same time, he has to do some work as a medical doctor for people to recognize him as a medical doctor. One of these that he needs to do is to carry out successful surgical operations and to attend to patients as they come. But remember, these patients that come to the medical doctor to see him, they are not coming with solutions, they are coming with problems. So as the medical doctor is able to solve the problem, he is able to make money and to make a name in the process. So what we should be asking for is not the absence of problems, but the problem should come and we should be able to overcome the problems. Now, how do we break the worry habit? Worry is borrowing tomorrow's problem and bringing it to today. Every day has its own problem. In some parts of the world, the problem is lack of power supply, electricity supply. In some parts of the world, there are problems, and then when they don't have electricity supply, they are complaining about heat. That everywhere is hot every day. The tropics, you have hot weather, and then in the temperate region, they are also complaining of the snow, complaining of the ice that they find every now and then on the way, and they have to wear thick clothes, and they have to heat the house and many other things. Canada today is inviting people to come so that they can inhabit some of these places that are so cold, so that the cold weather can be reduced. And they have developed everything and put everything in plan so that they can be able to make their environment to be less cold. Because the more the people that are in the environment through their respiration and other things, the environment get heated up, and through the human activity, the environment can get heated up. And this is the reason why a city like Lagos is hot, even though based on where it is located, close to the ocean, it's supposed to be a cool area. But because of the population explosion, Lagos has to be hot. Every landmass, you have people per capita. You have number of people in every land, in every square kilometer, in every square meter. The number of people is quite large, and this makes the weather to be hot. Now, how do we overcome worry? Know that worry is a habit, and you have practiced worrying for so long that it has become a mindset. Worry is a habit. You have made yourself to be worried, to be worried, to be worried. Don't be worried. Break that habit. Stop getting worried. Stop getting worried. You are worried. Somebody said every individual makes a mistake that costs them 10 years of their life. Every individual makes a mistake that costs them 10 years of their life. But I am not going to be like that. I have not made any mistake that cost me 10 years of my life. And I hope that you will not make mistake that cost you 10 years of your life. But if that is the case, are you going to now sit down and be brooding over the past? And be brooding and be thinking of what happened in the past? No. You sit down and look ahead. What next am I going to do? The Bible spoke concerning David in the first sermon, in the latter part, chapter 30 or thereabout. He spoke about David, that David was a warrior. And then Saul was after his life and he had to run away. And the Bible tells us that David's wife and everything he has was taken. When David went to battle, before he came back, all his wives and everything about his, all the people that were with him, what they kept in their camp, they took it away. The Bible said David wept. He was worried. He wept until, because the people, even the people, they said, "It's you, this David, you're a useless man. We are following you. See everything that's happening to us." The Bible says, after he wept over everything, David cheered up himself, and the Bible says he encouraged himself in the Lord his God. He cheered up himself. He said, "How long am I going to stay in the worry? How long am I going to be bothered? How long am I going to be worried?" And the Bible says he encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And he started asking the right questions, and he got the right answer. And the Bible says David recovered all. So if you leave your worry aside and you face the task at hand, you are going to see what you are worried about, you will recover all. The 10 years, the 15 years, the 5 years you have lost, you are going to get everything back in a few weeks, in a few months, in a few years' time, if you plan with God and you're not worried. Another thing is that worry is man's greatest plague. Worry is man's greatest plague. Currently now, there's this coronavirus all around. And we hear these people, they have it, these people have it. Now, many people will start conditioning themselves and planning as if the coronavirus will affect them. And thinking, and the coronavirus, they will not go to work, they will not go out, they will not eat, they will not do this, they will not do that. Why? Because of coronavirus. But at the end of the day, you see that the coronavirus will not come near them. But they have been worried, and in fact, some people will even die of hypertension more than of coronavirus. Number 3 things we need to do about worry is that we need to know that worry falls into the percentage categories according to physicians who establish wrong as the greatest cause of illness. 40% of your worries are about the past. 50% of your worries are about the future, while 10% of your worries are about the present. 40% of the worry of every individual is about the past, thinking of what have passed, looking back. 50% of worry is about things that have not come yet and in the future. Only 10% of our worries are about the present. So why do you cloud yourself with so much worry when there are other things that you can do with your mind? Your mind is not for worrying. You should stop worrying about anything. Then we need to meditate on this wise statement by William James, the great psychologist. William James says, "The essence of genius is to know what to overlook." Genius know what to overlook. Genius is to know what to overlook. You must overlook certain things. You can't take up everything, and everything that happens, you take it up, you are serious about it. No. There are some things that happen in your life, you laugh them over, you laugh them off, and you move on with your life. There's something that happen in your life, you talk them off, and you move on. What I observe is that some people that are quiet, it seems they worry more than those who speak out. Because those who are quiet, they are quiet, but they are worried, they are bothered. They are quiet and they are thinking, ruminating over events that have happened. You know what we call ruminant animals? Animals that have four stomach compartments: the rumen, the reticulum, the omasum, and the abomasum. So they have the 4 stomach compartments. So when they take some food into the rumen, they will just take many grass to the rumen. They won't mash it, just keep it there, store it there. After, in the evening when they get back, they move it to the omasum, the abomasum. Then they bring it back. They do what is called regurgitation. They eat it and they move it from the stomach compartment to other, back and forth until they now digest it. Some people are like that. They are worried about everything that happens in their life. They are like that. They are like ruminant. They ruminate. Stop ruminating. Stop regurgitating. Take life as it comes and move on with your life. If you want to think about things, don't think about past things. Think of good ideas, craft plans of what you want to do with your life. Even that worry, take it and say, "This worry, I'm going to finish it today." And you see what that worry will become. That worry will become very useless. So you have to know what to overlook. Another thing to do is to get rid of past mistakes. Practice the act of forgetting, never looking back. Practice the act of forgetting, never to look back. Somebody said, "Don't look back." Somebody talk about burning the bridge behind. They burn the bridge behind. They say, "This one, we can never go back there again." And they move on with their life. And they go on with everything that they need to do. Every morning and every evening, repeat one of the greatest aids to mental health, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press forward. That is Paul the Apostle. Paul the Apostle have done so much. He have achieved so much. He have achieved so much in the kingdom of God and expanding the Christian faith. And he now said, all the things I've done, I forget them. I'm reaching for. I have not done anything. He said, I'm just starting. And no wonder Paul the Apostle wrote about half of the books in the New Testament. Because he forgot, when he write 5, he forgot to have written 5. He's trying to write more. When you have written 10, he forgot I've written write 10. He said, I've never written any book. This is the first one I want to write. And then he write it. And then he moved on. And this is a good formula that we need to practice. So practice saying that, forgetting the past, I press forward. Forgetting the past, I'm pressing forward. And you are going to see that you're going to do and press forward. Then I found faith in future. Remind yourself that despite all the troubles and difficulties that are with us, someone else is also with us. God is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. In your worry, remember that the God of Jacob is our refuge. Remember, recall, and think and plan, and know that the God of Jacob is your refuge. And the God of Jacob that is your refuge, He will never leave, He will never forsake you by His power. Now, another thing you need to do is to practice the art of imperturbability. Don't be perturbed, don't be disturbed. It's like water falls on an umbrella. The water will not touch you. All you need to do is to dust the umbrella when you get in, and then you move on. You have an umbrella like a waterproof on your body. So they are throwing the worry, they are throwing everything, is as if it's touching you, but it's not touching you. It's touching the outer covering that you are wearing. It's like water on the back of a duck. The moment the duck does like this, the water is off. So don't be perturbed with worry. Don't let worry to swallow you up, to take you up, to make you to be bothered. Sometimes you are worried about money, you are worried about finances, you are worried about relationships, you are worried about a child that is not cooperating, you are worried about a spouse, you are worried about whatever, a job, you are worried about a business, you are worried about whatever. Don't be worried. You are worried. Everybody is worried. That's the funny thing about life. Those who are rich are worried. Those who are poor are worried. Those who are sick are worried. Those who are healed that are well are worried. Everybody is worried, just that the worry differs. But I come to tell you today, don't get worried, and how you are going to deal with worry. My name again is Ben Gadetitu, and I'm your host on this YouTube channel. I want to plead with you to subscribe to this YouTube channel because subscription is free. I want to plead that you watch all my YouTube videos one after the other, watch them from the beginning to the end, so that your life can be free from worry. I will talk to you some other time. Bye for now.